Welcome to the World of Horror podcast with Mom and Mac. I'm Mom.
And I'm Mac.
This is the podcast where we share our love of international horror. Everyone has their fears, but we are not afraid of subtitles. Disclaimers for adult language and spoilers. Hi, Mac. How's it going?
Hi, Mom. We were just talking about 4th of July and how much not fun it is. And yeah, I think I definitely enjoyed getting Friday off. That was really nice. But when the fireworks just started going off and it sounded like they were right outside of my window and the cats were all like, oh my God. I was explaining to Alan, like, having anxiety is so frustrating because it really is your monkey brain that's like, loud noise near us, we are in danger. And you just have to be like, no, I know we're not. But then you hear another boom and your brain's just like, we are in danger. You're going to die soon. So.
Yeah. My cat was freaking out and I just had to say, it's okay, and pet her. And she was like so close to me. Like she was on the floor, but she would just like scrape her tail like on me somehow, just like constantly be in contact. And it's no good for animals at all. And including us animals. It's just like no fun.
No, they look so scared. Like, I felt so bad because they kind of kept coming out of the bedroom looking around at us like, guys, are we going to die soon? And I feel so bad for them. And I was telling Alan, I love the idea of fireworks if it's like I'm on a boat and they're in the sky miles away. Now that's cool. That's like, wow, what amazing things humans can make. That's so cool. But when they're like right outside my door, nope.
Yeah. Well, the fireworks show went off, like I'm going to say from like 9 to 10 p.m.
Oh, God.
And then my neighbors had their own celebrations till 1 a.m.
No.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I was just like, and it was awful because there's no pattern to it.
Yes.
It's just like boom, and then boom, boom, boom. And just like, it was really hard to sleep. And I slept on the couch so I could be close to my cat.
Aww.
And it was just like ridiculous. And then they did it the next night too. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Because it's Saturday, I guess. And you didn't annoy your neighbors enough on the first day.
Hey,
I don't
they
know.
might go 3 for 3 today.
I think I liked them when I was a kid. And there was one time, like you're talking about being on a boat. There was one time I was on a pier, like way out, on this lake. I don't know if you were there, but it was in Madison. And it might have been, when we get to Cloverfield, I got to tell you about this weird fucking brain glitch that I have with that movie.
Oh, shit.
But we'll wait till we get there. But memory is just a funny thing because I might have been on that pier when I was in college.
Yeah.
Or I might have been on that pier when you were really little. I do not remember like who was there, but it was really cool to see the fireworks over the water.
Mm-hmm.
But if I never saw or experienced a fireworks show ever the rest of my life, I would be fine.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, it makes you like less patriotic.
Yeah. You're like, fuck America, man. Like, this is what we do. Like, it really makes you think like, I hate this country. I hate this holiday.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's especially this year. This is like the least.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm the most embarrassed to be an American this year.
Yeah, same.
And it's only going to probably get worse as years go by,
Yeah. Yeah, I know this is like a very not necessarily good thing to do, but like sometimes I really just check out of the news for a little bit. And then when I pop back in, I'm just like, oh, it's like painful.
Well, it's always going to be there.
Exactly.
Right? So I think it's good to pop out for a while. I'm not good at popping out. I'm like plugged in a lot. I listen to Al Jazeera and I listen to like BBC World News, and my podcast just like, just takes the next, thing that's in the feed. So it's like pretty constant unless I do something about it. So.
You will feel, I mean, if nothing happens to you IRL, which it probably won't, you will feel less like, oh, everybody's out to kill you. So that is nice. Like, I remember for like a little bit, I was just so afraid to be in public because I was like, I don't know, maybe, something will happen. But then, like, the odds of something actually happening to you are so small. So I
Hmm.
generally feel better about humanity, I guess. Because I mean, like the
Yeah.
worst things get amplified on the news. It's not like you're hearing news about really cool stuff.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. And I feel pretty comfortable in my neighborhood with some exceptions. There are like some establishments I don't frequent after dark.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, in general, I feel pretty safe. But I went to a movie, I went to see 28 Years Later, and it was pretty crowded. And I had this just flash of like, it wasn't opening night or anything like that. And so the theater wasn't completely packed out, but I'm just like, people get killed in movie theaters.
I know.
It's like, I don't want that in my head.
Yeah. It's like your brain's like, "Oh, are you feeling comfortable right now? Don't forget.
I know.
Tragedies can happen. Fuck."
Yeah. And if it's not like, a mass shooting, it's like, who knows
Yeah.
that guy? Like right there. Like, who knows what's in his head?
Yeah. But see, yeah, if
No,
you
no.
don't look at the news as often, I feel like those thoughts lessen a little bit. You just kind of you might still think, "Oh, that's a weirdo," but you'll be like, "Well, it's just like a guy, that's just a
Yeah.
guy chilling." I always wonder if people ever have that thought about me because people are also paranoid now. So I always wonder if like somebody ever looks at me like, "Gotta watch out for him."
I know. I wonder about that too because I have RBF. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't know if like people just think I'm pissed off all the time. I am
that
pissed off a
yeah,
lot of the time, but I mean, not all the
yeah.
time. But geez, but yeah. So I wonder about that too.
I have to tell you about like a social anxiety moment I had, kind of similar to what I was talking about last time with the whole going to the thing an hour early and being like, "Oh, I have to go to a different gym now." Um, but so I changed or I upped the dosage of my uh anti-anxiety meds. Side note, you know what freaking sucks is like that doctors can just not work at the practice you go to anymore, and then nobody tells you, and then you can't go to them anymore because
Mm.
they're in a different network. Like, I had a psychiatrist I loved, like my favorite psychiatrist, and then they call me the weekend before the appointment, and they're like, "Do you want to reschedule? Because she doesn't work here anymore." I was like, "Oh, well, I've been seeing her for like 5 years, so that would be like so nice to know from anybody. But when I checked her out, nope, different insurance provider, but she might be retiring. Anyways, so I went to the new lady who's fine. Um, and anyways, I thought maybe my anxiety would go down, but maybe my body's like figuring it out. So I think it's up right now, which sucks. But anyways, I went to the grocery store on the day before 4th of July and it was packed and I almost walked right back out, but I said, "You know what? This could be a learning moment for me. So I'm just going to go." So I got all my stuff. I'm in the checkout, huge checkout line, and there's a girl behind me talking to her boyfriend. Well, he's talking at her, and I felt like she was in a similar moment of me of being overstimulated because she just was like, "Yep, I don't know. Yep." And I was like, "I feel you. I've been there." And then it's my turn, and then I get all my stuff, get my receipt, and when I pull my receipt, the whole receipt thing comes out of the printer, and I was like, "Oh crap." So I just put it back in and I closed it. But then it started flashing a light and it was like, "Oh, somebody will be here to help you." And I look around and the lady who's usually helping the self-checkout has gone somewhere else. And I just look and I panicked and I just left because I had already paid and gotten my receipt. But then when I left, I thought, "Am I a psycho? Like, should I have stayed?" And then I just had this vision in my head of everyone in line being like, It's so crazy. The idea in my head was that they looked at me and they thought, that guy does not care about Lowe's. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about, like, what a selfish piece of shit. And I'm walking home and I'm like, I have to go there again. Like, I can't just not go to my local grocery store. And I was like, so freaking out. And then I just texted Kimmy and I was like, can you please tell me right now that nobody hates me? And she was like, oh my God, you're so fine. Like that's totally
Yeah.
okay. And I told Alan later and he was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, why should you stay? I was like, I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those above and beyond, especially when it's like chaos and,
Yes.
day before the 4th of July. And if there's nobody there, like, what are you going to
Just
do?
stand there?
I mean, you could stand there, you could like try to track somebody down, I guess. But like, you don't have to.
Thank you. I needed to hear this.
No, not at all.
Thank you. In my head, I'm like, okay, the light's flashing. They will come back.
Yeah, lights flashing. Like no one can use that checkout.
Yeah, and there's 3 other ones, so it's not like I broke the only one.
Yeah.
And then
you didn't break it.
No, yeah, I didn't break it at all. And then when I came back like 2 days later, in my head it flashed like, what if I got there and it was like, oh, out of order? Some guy fucked it up. But no, it wasn't.
Some guy fucked it
Yeah,
up.
they wrote that. Like, have you seen this man?
There's like a drawing of you.
Yes, and I literally had the thought, why do I have tattoos? I'm so easily identifiable. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
What's wrong
Oh
with
man,
me?
that's so funny. Oh my God. Yeah, I have like a social anxiety premeditated moment because I joined the Y again because I was just like, I miss going to the Y. I used to go all the time before COVID and I just miss working out and
Yeah.
whatever. And I looked around all around town for these special classes that I like, and they're only really offered at the Y and a couple other places. And I'm a instructor at a place that's close to one of the Ys. So I called them up and I asked them, is there like a discount for, teachers? And they were like, yeah, it's 25% off and no joining fee. Ooh. So I was like, sold.
Oh yeah.
So I went there and the class I want is offered tomorrow morning at 5:35.
Oh, wow.
And other times too. But I mean, I'm up. So like I could go to that. But I'm like, what if I go? And it says virtual instructor, which I don't understand. Like, are we going to watch like somebody on like a feed? Or I guess that's what that means. Because it says it's in this room. So it's not like you're doing it at home. Mm-hmm. It's like in this room. So I guess you're just looking at like a feed. So that makes, I'm glad I'm talking this out because like my thing was like, I'm going to go there. Nobody's going to be there.
Because it's so early.
So fucking early. But other classes are offered at like 5:30 at like other branches. Yeah. So it's not that early. I mean,
old people will be there.
A lot of old people. Yeah. A lot of old people go there. That's what I thought. There will be old people there.
Yeah. There will definitely be old people there who know what's up. Like they'll be like, oh, first time, come in.
Oh, honey, let me tell you. I know. So the lady who got me all set up, she was pretty cool, but like she wasn't wearing a bra and she needed to be wearing a bra. And that's the only thing I can remember. I think her name was Pam or K, like like a 3-letter name. I think it was Pam. And I was like just trying not to look and everything, but it was just like, hon, what's up?
Just imagining you like, yep, yeah, and this is how you spell my last name, yep.
Thanks, Pam.
Thanks, Pam.
No, she was real nice, and they didn't have any cards, so I just have to use my phone. But I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, it'll be on me anyway.
That's like modern life.
Yeah. I'm excited though. I feel like you'll have a good time.
Yeah, I think I will too. I just have to my schedule for the fall is kind of messed up, but I look every day to see like who's enrolled in my course. Ooh. And I'm teaching 1 3-hour course.
Oh God.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm just like, nobody sign up. Nobody sign up. because then they would convert it to an online course, but there are 10 people in it. So so that's probably going to go.
Damn it.
But I decided, well, no homework. If you meet with me for 6 hours a week,
that's enough.
We're going to do every fucking thing in class, and including quizzes and journals and whatever, and there's no homework.
They'll love you.
So, yeah. So I don't know how this is going to work. It's a new system that we're doing at my school. But this other class I have to travel to another campus, and there are only 6 people in it. So hopefully it will not make, and then I can like teach it online.
Yay. I love small classes.
So that would be great. 6 people.
Yeah, I had a class with 6 people, and it was pretty nice.
Was it like when you got to be like a senior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a really specific high-level class that was only offered like every other semester.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like this class is offered every semester, and in the summer, different people teach it or whatever. But it's at this campus. I don't know how popular it is at that one campus. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just like, I hope it doesn't make, because then I would be just at my home campus, which is where the Y is.
There you go.
I could do my classes like in the morning and then like go to work. And
that'd be great.
Yeah. Trying to get it all set.
Yeah.
You know what wasn't?
No, what were we going to say?
I was going to try to segue into Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say I need to go to the place I have a membership at more, because I skipped my last ballet class because I just really didn't feel like going. And then next week tomorrow's the last day. And I'm just waiting for Alan to not work anymore, because then he said he'll go to it. And I'm like, okay, good. Because then you'll go with me, because I can't go alone. So.
Is Alan going to quit his job?
Or he's not like, he's just ending like the business. That he's been doing like the family business stuff. And then he's going to like take a break and then go to whatever the next thing will be.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, because he's like always really tired. So I feel like this will be really good for him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then also he'll get me to go to the gym. It's all about me. So.
Well, it's good to have an accountability partner.
Yeah. And it's so much easier to go somewhere with somebody else.
It really is.
Yeah.
Or anything, like run or just do anything.
Yeah, have your little buddy with you.
Totally. I've had little buddies over the years, and definitely they've gotten me out of bed, and they've gotten me to go when it's raining. And, that kind of thing. So,
what was the segue?
I don't know.
You said, you know what?
But, I mean, it's just like coming together, just like a whole community of people just coming together to like fight a common
beast
monster.
Yeah. An ancient prehistoric beast.
Okay. Also, I got to say, there are all these movies now, like Kong versus Godzilla and like Kong Island. And I watched one of those yesterday, and it's so crazy to look at like the 1954 Godzilla movie and Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Like two celebrities coming together.
Well, the one that I watched was pretty cool, because there was Godzilla, and then there was, I don't know the name of this Godzilla like monster, but she would freeze things with her breath.
I thought that's what this one did. The original?
No, I think this one set it on fire.
Oh, I can't tell because it's all black and white.
That's totally fair. All right, so Wohos, today we're talking about big old monsters, and our first movie is Godzilla, 1954. And here is the short plot summary from IMDb. After a dinosaur-like beast awoken from undersea hibernation by atom bomb testing ravages Tokyo, a scientist must decide if his similarly dangerous weapon should be used to destroy it.
That's like, one tiny plot thread. I feel like
I
that's not like
know.
the main idea.
Yeah, that's one of the themes, I guess, like science and how should science and technology be used.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it was directed by Ishiro Honda, screenplay by Takio Murata and Ishiro Honda, story by Shigeru Kayama, and it stars Akira Takarada, Momoko Kochi, Akihiko Hirata, Takashi Shimura, Sachio Sakai, Fuyuki Murakami, and lots of other people.
There's a lot of people in this damn movie.
Yeah. Cinematography was by Masao Tamai, edited by Taichi Taira, music by Akira Ifukube. The release dates were October 27, 1954 in Nagoya and November 3rd, 1954 in all of Japan. Has a regular time. What's up? It has a running time of 96 minutes. And how did you feel about this runtime, Matt?
Oh, it was perfect. Like, you don't ever need a movie longer than this in the world. Or you need some good ass reasons. You need to be Park Chan-wook, and they're not, so they did a good job.
Okay, so this plot is taken from the internet. When the Japanese freighter Aiku Maru is destroyed near Odo Island, another ship, the Bingo Moru, is sent to investigate, only to meet the same fate with few survivors. Okay, I just gotta say, I thought this was the scariest part of the movie.
Yeah, because they don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and all of a sudden these ships are like, zoop, they're just like shipwrecked.
Yeah.
Like
the Kraken.
I don't know if that's the right word. Yeah, just like sucked down into the ocean.
Like, Godzilla
So
in the
scary.
ocean is the scariest thing. Like, the idea of him just standing there, so freaky.
Very scary. A fishing boat from Odo is also destroyed, with one survivor. Fishing catches mysteriously drop to zero, blamed by an elder on the ancient sea creature known as Godzilla. Reporters arrive on Odo Island to further investigate. I kind of love the reporters.
Yeah, me too.
They're so eager.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, death, destruction? Tell us more. What was up with the guy being like, we used to sacrifice girls to Godzilla?
Yes,
I was
that's
like,
right.
Whoa, hold on, can we circle back to this?
The good old days.
He's like looking around at the women like, I mean, come on, do your part. I'm doing my part.
It's for the greater good. Yeah. I'm the storyteller. I am exempt.
Yeah, no, not me. I'm also a man, so.
Too bad. A villager tells one of the reporters that something in the sea is ruining the fishing. That evening, a storm strikes the island, destroying the reporter's helicopter, and Godzilla, briefly seen, destroys 17 homes, kills 9 people, and kills 20 of the villagers' livestock.
I love that guy got up. He was like, and hey, let's not forget, like 10 cows, 9 pigs died too. And everybody was like, that's messed up, dude.
But wasn't there a part where they had these cows like off to the side? Weren't they going to just try to feed the cows to the Godzilla?
Godzilla's like, these are not girls. I will not accept this.
Odo residents travel to Tokyo to demand disaster relief. Yeah, so we saw Godzilla -1 before we watched this. And there was a lot in that movie that was kind of like administrative.
Yeah, there was.
And I wondered why. And so this sort of tells you why. Like there's a lot of like, rah, 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 we need, action.
It's so interesting. I mean, obviously this is a movie. I know it's not like a documentary about how Japanese people would actually act in this situation, but it is just amazing thinking. I guess I've been thinking about America a lot since it's 4th of July, and I was just thinking like this town hall would even be so much different. Like in America, there'd be people like with guns in the town hall being like, you gotta kill it. You gotta kill that damn thing. I don't give a shit, you know? And everybody here is more just like, the truth needs to get out. People need to know about, you know, what is happening around here. But it's pretty reasonable, honestly. Even though people are shouting, I was thinking like, they're those pretty well behaved people.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah. I thought that too. It's very like orderly.
Yeah, they're like, okay, you speak. Okay, now you can speak.
The villagers' and reporters' evidence describes damage consistent with something large crushing the village. Yeah, right. Because they see these.
Like, I think these are footprints, and they're these giant, like, lizard footprints.
Amazingly large footprints. Everybody has to like go on the hill
to look
like,
at the
see
footprints.
The government sends paleontologists Kyohei Yamane to investigate the island where giant radioactive footprints and a trilobite are discovered. Oh, I love the trilobite.
He was so excited about that trilobite.
Yeah, so excited. The village alarm bell is rung, and Yamane and the villagers rush to see the monster retreating after seeing it is a giant dinosaur. Yamane presents his findings in Tokyo, estimating that Godzilla is 50 meters, 160 feet tall, and has evolved from an ancient sea creature, becoming a terrestrial creature.
Something I love is that there's no single plot point where everybody's like, I don't believe it. Everybody's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that makes
sure.
sense. And it's like, yes, let's cut out all this bullshit. Like, yes, it exists. We know this. Next question.
Yeah, right. Even in Cloverfield, people are like really loath to believe that there's a monster.
When they've got like video footage of it.
It's right there.
On every TV, in every store. And they're like, could it be from the government?
Sure.
I don't know.
He concludes that Godzilla has been disturbed by underwater hydrogen bomb testing. Debate ensues about notifying the public about the danger of the monster. Meanwhile, 17 ships are lost at sea.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's in the paper. And it's just like
17.
So scary.
Yeah.
So scary.
I totally understand where the paleontologist is coming from, that he's like, wow, this is really cool. We should be thinking about this. But at the same time, he's also a dick, because how does he not understand why everybody, like, Japan is really not that big. Like, okay, I guess this is an American perspective. It is big, but, you know, if something was happening at one part of Japan, everybody in Japan would be freaking the fuck out. Whereas, like, if there was a giant monster in California, I think my sympathies would go out to them. But, like, I wouldn't be scared for my own life, you know? But if you were in Japan and then you were like, oh, 17 ships were destroyed, kill it. Get it out of here.
Like I said before, I just feel like this is the scariest part of the movie. I mean, the part before we've seen Godzilla.
Yeah.
But there is a sequence later that is pretty scary too. But all right. So 10 frigates are dispatched to attempt to kill the monster using depth charges. The mission disappoints Yamane, who wants Godzilla to be studied. Like, yeah, he just gets so depressed.
It's like, okay, well, how about you figure out a way to capture it, bud? Like,
yeah, it never comes up with a plan.
You can't even study it right now. All you can do is look at it anyway. So you're not helping.
No. When Godzilla survives the attack, officials appeal to Yamane for ideas on how to kill the monster. Still, Yamane tells them that Godzilla is unkillable, having survived the H-bomb testing, and that it must be studied. Yamane's daughter, Amiko, decides to break off her arranged engagement to Yamane's colleague, Daisuke Serizawa, because of her love for Hideto Ogata. Okay, I was so confused.
Same. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Serizawa,
I didn't know what was going on.
Kind of came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay, this guy's like got an eye patch. He's cool, I guess. And I was
He was
wondering,
very handsome.
he was very handsome. So was Ogata. Like there were some very handsome men in this movie, and but we don't really get to see any of like Serizawa and Emiko to really understand, you know. I mean, I think the whole romance thing. I liked that there was a woman that had such a prominent position in the movie. I thought that was very cool, but I'm like, why do we need a love triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just super confused. I didn't understand like when she broke off. Like, I don't know. I was just confused by the whole deal. Because of her love for Hideto Ogato of Ogata, a salvage ship captain, when a reporter arrives and asks to interview Serizawa, Emiko escorts the reporter to Serizawa's home. After Serizawa refuses to divulge his current work to the reporter, he gives Emiko a demonstration of his recent project on the condition that she must keep it a secret. The demonstration horrifies her, and she leaves without mentioning the engagement. So, how much do they show? I think they just show her reaction
Yeah, they
at
show him
first,
like
right?
putting it in a tank full of fish and then her like, ah, you know.
Yeah, so we don't, I mean, we can guess, but we don't really know for sure what this thing does. The demonstration horrifies her, and she leaves without mentioning the engagement. Shortly after she returns home, Godzilla surfaces from Tokyo Bay and attacks Shinagawa. After attacking a passing train,
Mm.
scary, Godzilla returns to the ocean.
All the people on the
Just
train, I liked that scene where they kind of were like, guess we're gonna have to go to the shelters again.
after consulting international experts, the Japan Self-Defense Forces constructs a 30 meters, 98 feet tall, and 50,000 volt electrified fence along the coast and deploys forces to kill Godzilla. Dismayed that there is no plan to study Godzilla for its resistance to radiation, Yamane returns home, where Emiko and Ogata await, hoping to get his consent for them to wed. Oh no.
It goes so wrong.
Bad timing, guys.
And
He is so despondent.
and Ogata should have gone in like with a #1 Godzilla fan shirt on. Like
Yes.
why did he even mention how he felt?
No, bad move. When Ogata disagrees with Yamane, arguing that Godzilla's threat outweighs any potential benefits from studying the monster, Yamane tells him to leave.
And never come back.
Yeah.
And like
Sucks.
Emiko and them just look at each other like, uh-oh, that didn't go well.
That didn't go the way we wanted.
Why do you guys think about getting married anyway? Like, is this really the time?
They love each other.
They get married like after the threat is taken care of.
Oh, yeah. I know. But, I mean, she was engaged to this other dude.
Yeah.
So they got to get that resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla resurfaces and breaks through the fence to Tokyo with its atomic breath, unleashing more destruction across the city. Further attempts to kill the monster with tanks and fighter jets fail, and Godzilla returns to the ocean. Okay, that's the sequence I was talking about. It goes on for so long, and it's so scary.
I love the way that they made him move, and like the Godzilla body shape is just so good.
Yeah. Oh man, but just like swaths of destruction, just like I don't destroying the city. And I just think of all the people and all the apartments and all the buildings and everything, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
The day after, hospitals and shelters are crowded with the maimed and the dead, with some survivors suffering from radiation sickness.
That was a really sad scene. Like there's a like a little girl crying, like wailing, and Emiko's just like, "Your mom's okay, I swear." And it's like, I don't know if she is.
Distraught by the devastation, Emiko tells Ogata about Serizawa's research, a weapon called the oxygen destroyer, which disintegrates oxygen atoms and causes organisms to asphyxiate, then dissolve, leaving nothing behind. Emiko and Ogata go to Serizawa to convince him to use the oxygen destroyer. Still, He initially refuses, explaining that if he uses the device, the world's superpowers will force him to construct more oxygen destroyers as a superweapon. After watching a program displaying the nation's current tragedy, Serizawa initially accepts their pleas. As Serizawa burns his notes, Emiko breaks down crying.
That was so sad. I know she felt so bad about telling his secret, and
Yes.
in a way, I wish then they would have given us more of them too, because, I feel like for her, it really felt like a betrayal to him of like, oh, wow, this is also going to show that I'm not 100% for you anymore. Like, I told your secret to this man I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to get married to. Um, but we just really didn't get enough of them, I think, to, like they was just like, oh, by the way, she's got this ex and he has an eye patch.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But it would have hit different at the time, I'm sure. And it just sort of reminded me of like
Oh,
Oppenheimer
yeah,
and,
yeah.
all those kind of um, internal debates about, whether or not to construct these weapons and what if they fall into the wrong hands. And of course, they always do. And yeah, it's
It
pretty rough stuff.
Watching Japanese media, it really does strike you how much, you know, it like World War II affected the psyche of like literally every single, it seems like Japanese person, which obviously understandable, but it just really is scary. Like the trauma of that for generations to come and how it is kind of like presented as like the worst, thing that could ever happen, of like
Mm-hmm.
citywide destruction, you know, because in like One Piece, it's this concept of like a buster call of like anytime the government wants to wipe out basically like a whole island, they'll just firebomb it and just destroy it. And
Right.
it it's just so sad. I think of like the creator Oda just like probably just being like, yeah, that I'm thinking that is the worst thing that could ever happen, and stuff like that. Like I know people talk about growing up during the Cold War and thinking like,
Mm-hmm.
who knows? We might all just die tomorrow, and it's just that kind of stuff is just so sad.
Yeah, I grew up at the tail end of all of that. I was an adult when actually, like, your brother was a baby when a lot of like things changed. But like, um, yeah, it was scary. We didn't have like under the desk drills. I'm not that old. That was like more my mom's generation. But we definitely were afraid of the Russians,
Yeah,
and if they were going to bomb us to oblivion. I mean, we watched The Day After, like that came out like when I was in high school, I think.
yeah,
So those fears were definitely real.
yeah. It's crazy to see them like from multiple unrelated people show up in movies or like TV shows or whatever that they make. Like it's just playing on the minds of people.
But what I think is different is like my trauma didn't get passed down to you, like you have your own.
That's true. Yeah, it's very like yeah, I'm not afraid of the Russians. I do feel like uh you know, I had some really warped ideas of like I don't even really remember 9/11 to be honest, but like I definitely based off of cultural things I feel like had warped views of like the Middle East and stuff. That all kind of went away when I got to high school, and like a lot of friends I had were like Middle Eastern, East Asian, Muslim, so that kind of just like nixed all of that. But um yeah, and then now I honestly feel like I kind of missed the boat also on like the school shooting trauma a little bit cuz like I had like one drill where we talked about like, oh, this is what we'll do if a bad person gets on campus, but nothing like today, where there's
Mm-hmm.
like people going through like checking their bags and stuff before they even enter like the school premises. Like I didn't have to go through that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that stuff is just crazy.
And I definitely didn't have to go through that. So that's more people who are like 20 years and under.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Navy ship takes Ogata and Serizawa to plant the device in Tokyo Bay. After finding Godzilla, Serizawa activates the device and cuts off his air supply, taking the secret of the oxygen destroyer to his grave. Godzilla is killed by the oxygen destroyer, but many mourn Serizawa's death. Yamane believes that if nuclear weapons testing continues, another Godzilla may rise in the future.
And we do know that they did revive that franchise. Still going today. So
Still going.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Unfortunately, Serizawa's sacrifice wasn't.
Yeah, it's pretty emotional though. I mean, it's kind of telegraphed a lot, but yeah, it's still really. I mean, it's a horrible surprise to the people on the boat, and they're very sad, and but they respect his sacrifice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting emotional. It's kind of hard because he was, his genius. He killed himself so that his scientific knowledge wouldn't be put to bad use.
Yeah, so. Like tore him apart, like mentally,
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm glad I'm not that smart. Not thinking of like, world destroying things. Like, it's one anxiety I don't have to worry about. Can you imagine having OCD and you're smart enough to create like a weapon of mass destruction? Not a good combo.
Yeah, that's Alan Turing stuff. That's like, no, that's too rough. And being gay.
No.
Oh, no. That's fucking scary.
Nightmare.
Oh. God bless you, Alan Turing. The Godzilla suit used for the film was so hot inside, actor Haruo Nakajima would frequently faint.
Oh my God.
According to Nakajima, temperatures inside the suit reached up to 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
Stop.
Due to the hot studio lights, and it was not uncommon for 1 cup of Nakajima's sweat to be drained from the suit. At least.
Oh, God.
Special effects director Teruyoshi Nakano, who worked with Nakajima in the later Godzilla films, described his admiration for the actor, stating, "Inside the Godzilla suit, it was very dark, lonely, and isolated.
Aww.
Usually the person who wears the suit becomes nervous and anxious. During summertime, it's very hot. It can become hell in there. But Mr. Nakajima always persevered. He acted in the suit underwater. He was buried underground. He withstood pyrotechnic explosions. And through it all, he was always Godzilla."
And he didn't even get paid that much.
Oh, man. Wow. The film's opening scene was inspired by the real-life Lucky Dragon No. 5 incident, where the crew and catch of a Japanese fishing boat of that name was contaminated by radioactive fallout from the United States Castle Bravo hydrogen bomb test, the detonation of the first such bomb.
Oh my God. We suck.
We really do.
God damn it.
This event generated much controversy in Japan, especially after the death of the ship's radio man, Kubuyama Akiichi. It also served as a major influence on the film, with its original script making the connection even more explicit by opening on a scene in which a contaminated boat ominously arrives on shore with the entire crew missing.
Oh, God.
So sad.
That's so fucked up. Like, to not even, like... Obviously, it would be fucked up if innocent Americans were hurt, but it's like to also just hurt somebody from a different country, that like, that's just messed up.
The name Gojira is a combination of the Japanese words for gorilla, gorira, and whale, Kujira. The monster is said to have been named because it alluded to a creature of great size and strength. There has always been a legend that Godzilla was named after a hulking man named Gojira, who worked at Toho, but this was untrue. Not only is there no evidence of this man ever existing, but the various stories about him kept changing through the years. He worked as a stagehand, he worked as a PR man, etc. According to Kimi Honda, wife of Ishiro Honda, the man named Gojira was just an inside joke between her husband and various others on the Toho lot, specifically producer Tomoyuki Tanaka.
It is amazing when
But
stuff like that just becomes like, you know, like I was talking to Alan today and he mentioned like, oh, have you heard the like conspiracy theory that like Howard Stern like recreated his set from home and he hasn't left his house since COVID? And I was just thinking like that's probably really easy to believe if you never watch his show, but probably if you do watch his show, maybe like there's totally a bajillion scenes where he enters the other room or something, you know, but if you've never seen it, you're like, oh, that sounds about right. Yeah. And then you just tell
yeah,
other people and then that's just how it is.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know. But but think about
I'm
it.
thinking.
No, no, not
Oh, oh,
you.
oh, oh.
I'm just saying, when you hear something like that, Wojos, think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how reasonable is that? Like, how likely is that?
Yeah.
You know, what are the other explanations for this? You know, so
It's so hard
yeah,
not.
just take a minute.
I think we like since it's still like I still have the tendency in my brain to when I see something, if it's written with confidence on the internet, I think I'm just so used to, you know, if you read like an encyclopedia, you're gonna you should I mean there can be incorrect things, but we should try to trust something. So I feel like there's a tendency to think like, well, it's published, you know, it's a
Right.
real thing when it's like, nope, it's like so not real. None of it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really tough to like teach media literacy to students.
It should be mandatory. It should be like a part of our like scholastic curricula.
I think it's really hard in the South too, just because there's like when I was a kid, I remember seeing a button that said like question authority. And I remember thinking,
Hell
yeah,
yeah,
that's
brother.
right. You
Yeah.
know, but my parents sort of supported that idea. So it was the generation, but also like the environment that I grew up in. But I mean, I feel like here in the South, that's just like the opposite is like you have to respect authority, like no matter what that authority is. And so it's just like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, you don't. Or it's
And trying to unlearn that is like really hard.
and if it ever is don't trust authority, it's like they're always talking about the people that I think you probably should try to trust a little bit. Like
Yeah.
don't trust what they teach in school and none of that's true, you know, unless they're talking about slavery. Yeah, anything the South it's like they pick and choose.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's this whole narrative. Oh man, it's getting difficult, more and more difficult down here, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure you see it being like interacting with youth. Like
but at least I don't teach history.
Oh God. I mean and when I think about my AP US history experience, like I do remember being just shocked at because we just had like a stupid ass teacher, and like all of us like outwardly being like, "You're wrong." Like we know you can't just say things like slavery really wasn't that bad. Like that's just like offensive. Like that's crazy to say. Like saying stuff like, "Well, it's all really exaggerated." Excuse me? So luckily everybody in my class was like, no, we don't believe you. But
yeah, that's good.
yeah, it's still crazy that could, you should be able to trust school is what I would like.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
But briefly, what does Letterboxd have to say about it? John Lemon is Real gave it a 0.5 star. Why do people like this movie? It's trash. All it is a big dinosaur.
Okay, shut up.
CK Stovall gave it a 0.5 star. Too much talking. Snooze fest.
I had the thought, I like that there's like no main character in this movie. It's all, and it gets pretty to the action very fast. If you would compare this to Godzilla remakes, where it's 2.5 hours long and mostly bullshit you don't care about, this is great. It's a great film.
Yeah. I love this film. W gave it a 1 star. Scientifically inaccurate. Also Bechdel fail.
Okay.
All right. Pick your battles.
no fun. I want nobody to have any fun. It's actually not possible that they're. Shut up.
And it's got a rolling eye emoji. Like, okay.
Sure.
But Erico gave it 5 stars. Insane how tight the framework for the story is. I haven't seen this before, and I was surprised just how much of this framework has been kept. Whenever it is deviated from, the movie usually suffers. I was impressed by some of the visionary shots. Godzilla in silhouette against the fire, incredible. Would love to know how people reacted to some of these shots when it came out. Incredible work that is only more impressive the more time goes by.
I would agree.
Yeah, definitely. Dirty Diarrhea, 0, gave it 5 stars. That scene with the mom and her kids is genuinely one of the most depressing of all time.
Oh my God, the mom that's like, oh, don't worry, kids. We're going to be reunited with your father soon. Oh my God. She's like in the Pompeii pose too. I feel like there's a Pompeii thing that looks just like that.
Good job, Mac. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Yes. She says, we're going to go to the place where your father is very soon. Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, so sad. All right. Kate gave it 5 stars. Very strong political message. Loved the old acting style as well. I don't know. I just fucked with it.
Yeah.
Well said, Kate.
Yeah. Was there no ass review?
I didn't find an ass review.
Here's mine.
Not today.
This was the opposite of ass.
All right. So should we rate it in trilobites?
Yes, we should. I would give it 5 trilobites.
5 trilobites.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic, perfect.
So good.
What is there to change? I don't think so. I get what they're saying about the Bechdel test. I'm happy there was one woman in the movie. Like, honestly, I think we should just take it where we can get it sometimes.
It could have been told without any women whatsoever, except for this very sad mom.
Yeah. So she was in during the kind of hospital part, she was giving like Rosie the Riveter, which I liked too, like her little sleeveless top. So I thought it was a great,
Oh yeah, the costuming was really nice.
I loved it.
I enjoyed it so much. I loved her scarf.
Yes, yeah. All her like little nurse kind of looking outfits too were very cute.
Very cool. What have we learned?
Let's not use atomic bombs. Like let's not.
Let's not test.
We don't need them. We don't need them.
We don't need them. And also, I mean, something that's so destructive to the environment, like, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah, because they were like, maybe atomic bombs even kind of like sent him away from his environment and like made it so he couldn't eat anything. It's like, well, he just would have been chilling if not for the bombs. He just would have been enjoying his time, Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just don't do it.
Would we watch it again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Do you have a favorite scene, Mac?
I mean, I do just love it when he's fucking shit up. And like when they say, we see like a flame of fire behind Godzilla. I was like, yeah, we do. How about you?
How about when the reporters were all on that really, really high tower and they're like, is this the end?
Yes,
they're
of the
like
world.
still filming. And then Godzilla just like knocks them over. Oh my God.
Did they remake that scene in minus? Yeah, because that's seemed very familiar.
I think they took longer in -1 to really, get us to feel it. But yeah. Who wins the You Fool award? Americans.
Yeah, America. Yeah, America. I don't think anybody in Japan was to blame for Godzilla.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah. And I think they all acted in really intelligent ways.
Yeah.
Like thinking about like what to do and how to do it. And
how to break the news, how to not cause a panic, how to protect everybody. He was very like astute.
Definitely. So America fails again.
How
apropos this 4th of July weekend.
And it's interesting the different strategy that the American government takes in Cloverfield versus Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh my
They're trying to make a second
I-
one. Like,
I can't wait to talk about it.
Cloverfield. So, as Mom mentioned earlier, this was one of my first, hold on. This is one of my first horror-ish movies watching, and I did I think like this and The Orphan, I got kind of obsessed with because in a way it was like my first triumph because horror movies used to scare me so bad. Like I would just get scared. Like I remember at a birthday party we watched Last House on the Left, and
What?
I know what, and I remember being pissed off because I mean, this was when like middle school, like very young, and
Oh my gosh.
I was the only one afraid. I was so scared. I didn't sleep the entire night. Like I just sat there awake because there's all these scenes where like the person would wake up and there'd be somebody standing over their bed, and that was just like a fear that I had, or I don't know if I
Yeah, of
developed it.
course.
Yeah, but that's scary. And I was so freaked out, and I remember looking up on my phone like what do I do when I'm scared on Yahoo Answers, and they were like, just remember it's a movie and like there's actors and
Oh,
stuff and it's not real. And I was like, but it feels real. So to like,
I have
yeah,
never seen Last House on the Left.
I mean, I wonder if I watched it now, if I would be like, oh, this is such a piece of shit, but
Did you watch the remake?
oh wait, no, not Last House on the Left. Sorry. That's the one with the rape. Yeah, not that one.
Okay.
The Haunting in Connecticut. Yes, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
I don't
yeah,
even know.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that movie actually at the
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It scared me so bad.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen that one either.
I think
I don't
it's
think.
probably not good. I mean, I remember thinking that the plot was stupid, but it just scared me. So then to watch like Cloverfield and to not be scared, or to be scared in a way that was fun, I think I was just so
Yeah.
like, wow, this is such an amazing feeling. So I think that
Oh,
made me like
yeah.
it a lot.
Well, my thing about this film is I remember you watching it a lot. Like we owned
Hmm. The DVD.
no, it wasn't a DVD. I think it was a tape.
No, I think it was a DVD.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe it was because I think you watched like the special features and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe see,
It's
and I swear to God, I have a vision of you. So you would have been like 12 when you
Mhm.
12, 13 when you watched this and rewatched it. I have a vision of you at like 7, 8.
Being obsessed with
Like
the tape.
watching this over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And there are moments in this movie that I remember completely different also.
Really?
Now I have to say, like I've mentioned before in the podcast, I'm sober 20 years. So, I mean, I was recently sober.
Yeah.
I'm less than 5 years sober when this film came out. I was 3 years. When did I get sober? I was 4 years sober.
Yeah.
When this came out. So I don't know if my thinking was all that clear at the time.
Also, it's a long time ago. Like
it was also a long time ago, and memory is just a really funny thing.
It's so crazy to think about people getting convicted based off of memories, because I would not trust my memory enough to convict anybody
Not at all.
for time. Like literally nobody in the world would I like.
So,
yeah.
Does this hit you different watching it as a 29-year-old man?
I think I feel a little bit like perhaps it is just nostalgia that makes me like it, because I don't know if it's actually good, like watching it again. I there are certain scenes that I really think would stand up, but I do remember even at the time watching it being like, there's a section of this movie that's really good, and then the rest of it's like, it's all right.
Okay.
That's how I felt watching it. Also, just having the added knowledge that TJ Miller's like not a good dude, that sucks.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
I know. That's so tough.
Because I loved him in this movie. I thought he was great. So, yeah, to now see him and be like, I know you're a fucker. Yeah. Damn you.
Yeah.
Well, Cloverfield. Here is the short plot summary from IMDb. A group of friends venture deep into the streets of New York on a rescue mission during a rampaging monster attack. It was directed by Matt Reeves and written by Drew Goddard, starring Lizzie Kaplan, Jessica Lucas, TJ Miller, Michael Stahl-David, Mike Vogel, and Odette Yustman. Cinematography by Michael Bonvillain and edited by Kevin Stitt. Released January 18th, 2008 with a runtime of 85 minutes. I think this is a very acceptable runtime.
I think, yeah, and I think I saw somewhere that like the movie itself is 80 minutes.
Yeah,
so that's 85 with the credits.
Yeah, that's even better. I remember the previews for this movie, like that scene of the Statue of Liberty head going through the street. That was everywhere.
I mean, it's so funny because I read in the trivia they had to like enlarge it.
Oh, really?
You know, because if it were actual size, people would say that it was too small.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm,
wow. Yeah. And we've been there. I remember going there.
Yeah, we were right there.
Yeah. I think when we went, they used to let you go all the way up, but they didn't let you go anymore. So
no.
Yeah. And this was, I do think 9/11 is a big part of this movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, being made. I was actually thinking about this the other day. Can you run me through what you remember the day of like 9/11? Because I really can't remember.
Sure. Yeah, I was teaching 6th grade, and someone came in and said, have you heard what happened? And I said, no, what are you talking about? And she said, there's been an attack. And I said, oh my God. And I had the thought, that's the end of things.
Oh my God.
So I don't know.
That's so vague also to just be like, there's been an attack. You'd be like, where?
Yeah. So we took my class and we put all the classes together and we brought a TV in and we were like watching the news coverage, and my kids were not paying attention like at all. And so I was just like, what the hell? And we saw the second plane hit the second tower.
Oh God.
And so this was like whatever, 9:06 in the morning. I can't remember exactly. So, and then there was nothing but coverage, on CNN, of course, my brother was getting married that Saturday, the Saturday after. I think it was on a Tuesday when the attack happened. And so we were going to drive up to New Jersey to go to the wedding. But it was a question about whether or not we were going to go. So cell phone service to New York was really bad. We couldn't get through. I remember I called one of my colleagues and I said to her, I'm just glad that I know you and I'm glad that you're safe and, all this sort of Tammy. I don't know if you remember
Tammy.
So, and she's like, and I said, and I feel really patriotic in this moment.
Wow.
Yeah. Everybody had like American flags on their cars.
Wow.
Yeah, for I don't know how long, maybe the rest of that year and longer. And driving up to New Jersey, everybody had an American flag on their car.
Wow.
So when we got to New Jersey, there were constant sirens going off like all over the city. And because where my brother lives is like right across from New York City. And so a bunch of the women were going to like get their hair and nails made up and stuff. So we could do that, or we could go to this park that was right across from where the attack happened. So I decided I wanted to do that. And you came with me.
We have a photo.
Picture. Yeah, we have a picture that your dad took of me holding your hand and like walking like. And there's all this smoke and people were afraid about like breathing the air and the particulates in the air. And I just remember sirens going off constantly. And of course, a lot of people didn't make it to the wedding, but it was still a pretty big wedding. Yeah. And there was sort of the idea that like they win if we don't have this wedding. That kind of thing.
That's so funny.
The other thing personally that I remember is This was like 2001. I got sober in 2005. So this was at the end of my drinking.
Mm.
So, but your dad and I had decided not to drink during this weekend.
Wow.
Which caused a lot of problems for like two raging alcoholics to like go through
Yeah, I'd be like
a family event, right after 9/11, sober. So that was pretty bad. I don't think we made it the whole weekend.
That's really funny.
Yeah, just personally, that's just a part of my. And then if you look at pictures of me, I look so angry. Like talking about like resting bitch face, like I look like the angriest bridesmaid that ever was.
Just like hankering the whole time, like, get me the fuck
just
out
like
of here.
Going crazy. Yeah, just like wanting to bolt like the whole time. Oh man, I feel so bad for my sister-in-law and my brother. Like,
you could just chalk that up to 9/11. You could just be like, I'm just so upset because of 9/11.
There's no way I can ever make that up to them.
I literally remember the wedding more. Like I maybe if somebody else who had been in the room was like, no, don't you remember this? Don't you remember when our teacher did this? I'd be like, oh yeah, but I really don't. Like, I feel like I remember years after being like, wait, this was a really big deal, huh? Like having that thought, like, oh, okay, this is like a day we're thinking about. Okay. But I remember the wedding more so because I remember with being a flower girl and thinking that I'm going to do the best damn job of a flower girl's ever done. I had practiced my little skip and I was going to throw a petal here, a petal there. And then the other flower girls were like, no, we're just going to dump the flowers and walk. And then I thought, like, I got it in my own head as a child and was like, oh, okay, I guess that's what I have to do. And I was just like so sad, like dumped him and then walk because I had a whole routine. I was like, I was gonna be so cute because I thought, like, man, in that moment I was so happy in a way I was born a girl because I was like, being a flower girl, like this is the only time in my life I'm gonna get to do this. Like I'm a child now and I'm so cute, So I just remember hating those kids. I remember being like, they have no whimsy in their hearts, because they really were like, what do you mean? What skipping? What? You just dumped the flat. I'm like, okay, freaks. Wish I could go back.
You were, and I think if you look at the wedding pictures, I think you will agree.
I was so cute.
You were adorable.
Like,
yes,
I knew how to work it. I knew how to be cute. When you're like a really cute kid and you know you're cute, that's the best feeling.
I don't know that feeling. I'm so jealous. I'm really adorable.
You're so cute.
I mean, I am so cute, but I don't want to be cute now. I want to be pretty.
I see.
But I am so cute.
You are. You're so cute.
Yeah. I'm short. I'm pudgy. I'm just
you got a warm energy.
I've got glasses.
Yeah.
I mean,
you dress really cute.
I am so cute, but I don't want to be cute. I want to be pretty.
Damn it.
And I was an ugly motherfucking kid.
Okay, I don't agree because I've seen pictures and I know I'm biased because you're my mom, but when I see those pictures, I think, what a cute kid. So it takes a lot for a child to be ugly. Like, I think it takes a lot. I think it takes, like, they have to have a sinister energy to them to be like, that kid's not cute.
Well, I think what happened, and this is Mom and Mac chat part 2, but I mean, I think what happened is my mom told me that I would go through these ugly phases. My mother was not the best.
Oh my God.
And she basically was like, every other year in pictures, you're cute. But like those off years, you are not cute.
What a bitch. Oh my God. That's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's horrible. Parents, be careful.
Yeah. Your kids are going to internalize that.
They will internalize. They will remember like offhand comments. I mean, God bless her.
That's what a sick fuck. I'm sorry. To say that to an adorable child, to be like, every other year you're going to be fucking ugly. Like,
no, not gonna be.
Oh, you
are.
Stop. No.
Yeah, in pictures. Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, you know what?
That's so messed
Fuck that
up. Fuck
cow.
that. And that's some self-hating shit from her, because I do feel like you guys have a similar like face structure, like, I mean, she's your
Yeah.
mom, so like,
Well, she described herself as plain.
okay, loser, like,
So,
don't, that's, see.
but one of the best things about Quinn, one of the best moments I had with Quinn was there's a picture. I'll put it on social media. There's a picture of me and my brother and my sister, and my brother and my sister have the same coloring. I have different coloring, like down to like skin tone.
You got the
It's
better
like,
coloring, so.
well, that may be. But there's a picture of the three of us, and I hated this picture because they look adorable and I look ugly. And I showed it to Quinn, and she said, "You've got it all wrong. You're the adorable one."
It's true.
So I'll put it on social media, Wohos. You know what to do.
No, it's true though. It's true. I mean, like, because like, also when it comes to like when we're talking about coloring, it's like you've got the best eyes, and I mean, I agree, because I also have your eyes, but like, they're the best. Like, they're large and they're brown with long black eyelashes. What could be better? So
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Well, yeah, my brother and my sister have like lighter hair and blue eyes, and I just always thought they look like, yeah, it's just so crazy. I keep talking about this, but like there was a TV show on when we were little called Family Affair, and they're in the show. There are these twins who kind of looked a lot like Libby and Adrian,
Oh,
and people would comment on that all the time.
really?
And so I thought that my brother and my sister looked like these all American kids. And in a way they do. And and so I don't look like that. And so I just thought, well, they're the cute ones and I'm the other one.
No. That's so messed up. And
I
that's
know
when
it.
your mom should have been like, they might look alike, but you've got a stunning beauty. You're so gorgeous, that's what a parent's supposed to do.
Yeah, she really dropped the ball.
In more ways than one.
Oh yeah. That's a story for another day.
I really think you are adorable and beautiful. Every time I find another picture of you, and like when I'm going through the photos, like, I mean, I've always thought it. I mean, again, I know you're my mom, but like, I find you beautiful. So sue me.
Thanks, Mac.
You're welcome. So, all right, Cloverfield. So, we get the beginning, which it is kind of funny to me. Like, in the beginning, they're presenting this footage as if it's like official, it's been taken by the US government. It says recovered by the US Department of Defense in the area formerly known as Central Park, which made me laugh when I watched it today, bearing a disclaimer about multiple sightings of a case designated Cloverfield, which Alan was like, why is it called Cloverfield? And I thought, since it's Central Park, a field of clovers, I guess,
I don't think it's ever explained
Yeah.
within the movie itself.
They didn't have a moment where there was a guy that's like, oh, that's Cloverfield. We used to sacrifice all the girls to them. We don't anymore because, politics. But so on April 27, 2008, Rob Hawkins wakes up with Beth McIntyre in her father's apartment before embarking on a date across New York City and Coney Island.
Okay, pause.
Okay.
So this was their first date?
Yeah, that was confusing to me. Like, I forgot this whole beginning sequence, and I remember being like, wait, like, they just, like, had sex? Like, and nobody knew about this? I thought they were, like, longtime lovers who just broke up.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think this was a one-night stand, which turned into, plus the next day.
Yeah, which is just, like, all the lengths that this man goes, which very nice, a very nice thing to do. But what I was really thinking about, I know there's no way to know, but I was just thinking, like, if I got to, there's a monster attack, I get to a helicopter and they're like, and I'm like, well, my boyfriend is like in this part, and they're like, no, that part's like, I'm sorry, he's probably dead. If the government told me like, oh
Yeah.
no, like that, and if I went to the building and it was half crashed, I probably would be like, fuck, like he didn't go
Yeah.
jumping into the water for his brother, anyways. So I
I
this part,
know that part.
even when watching it, I was like, this is a bit of a stretch, of human behavior, but. So he wakes up with Beth, and I said out loud, "Oh, her hair is so 2008 because it's so like it's that layered, She kind of given like Ali
Oh,
Larder a little bit.
oh, nice.
Yeah, I liked it. She's a very pretty lady. Um, so then we cut. It's like and I guess nobody has to deal with this now, but it's like it's a tape. So somebody's put in this tape that he had been using to film. So now we get all these cuts, which I'm not sure that's how it works when you film over a tape, but it's thematic. So now we're cut to May 22nd, 2008. And this part also confused me because I forgot about the whole brother storyline. So I was like, wait, he already is with
Right.
somebody else? I thought this was like his new girlfriend. But no, this is Rob's brother, Jason, and Jason's girlfriend, Lily Ford. And they're throwing a surprise farewell party for Rob at his lower Manhattan apartment before he moves to Japan for his new job, which must be like a Godzilla reference, right? That he's going to Japan.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Jason asks Rob's best friend, Hudson Hud Platt, TJ Miller, to film testimonials for Rob during the party. And yeah, when I first saw this movie, I liked this character, but in this viewing,
Hmm.
it's colored definitely by TJ Miller's actions, but also I was like, this guy sucks. Like,
You think HUD sucks?
yeah, so many times because if you're gonna have a found footage, I really need to believe why they are carrying the camera, and I don't believe
Uh-huh.
this. I don't. It doesn't make sense at so many junctures why he kept the camera, and to even have other people be like, "Dude, put the camera down." You can't include that.
Right.
Then you can't include me thinking, "Yeah, hey, wait a second," like because
Hmm.
it doesn't make sense. He's the fact that he's not even a camera guy. Tonight was the night he first became a cameraman. That just doesn't make sense to me. Um, but so HUD is going to film testimonials for Rob during the party. We get a lot of awkward ones of like, Rob, you're going to do great things in Japan.
I'm sorry, but this goes on for a long
So
time.
long. I was thinking, like, can we get to the death and destruction, please? Godzilla never did this to me.
No,
No.
it's true.
Beth comes in, and this is where we get the context. She's upset by Rob's lack of communication after their one night together, which is also like, oh, so you fucked up? And then you took a job in Japan? She should leave you. And she's with her new guy, Travis. Travis,
So cute.
so
Who is
cute. I
he?
forget his name. I looked him up because he was on Ugly Betty. His name's Ben something.
Okay.
Yeah, he he's a question mark to me in this movie because where does he go when they leave the party? They don't even
Oh
mention
yeah, he's
him.
not a part. Yeah, she just drops
Yeah,
him.
he like
Well, actually, no. She and he
they
leave.
leave, but he's not at the apartment, is he?
No,
So,
no.
I wish in this movie there had even I guess your first time viewing these thoughts might not come in, but when it's your 10th time, you
Yeah.
might, and now it's been 10 years or so, you might be like, wait a second. They didn't think about this part. So everybody's surprised. HUD is an asshole, so he immediately films himself telling everybody in the party about them having sex, which is like doesn't endear me to him. And then also he's like bothering Lizzie Kaplan the whole time. The whole time I'm like,
Oh
can we get her
yeah.
away from him, please? He's just
Yeah, he's really pestering
yeah,
her.
I feel so bad for her because he's like, you want to film a testimonial? And she's like, I don't know him, really. And he's like, no, come on, just do it. And she's like, have fun in Japan. So poor Lizzie Kaplan. She is the most entertaining character, I think, though.
Yeah, she's the best actor,
Yeah,
and she just has a horrible haircut. But other than that, she's just
she
like
does.
so engaging.
Yes, so beautiful. Like best storyline, I think. Um, so then we get Beth and Rob arguing, and then she leaves, and then there's a massive earthquake causing a brief citywide power outage. which good.
That's kind of
It
fun.
is fun. And I thought, good for the New York at Power Grid for immediately coming back on. I thought that was pretty cool of them. I didn't know how realistic that was, but I thought that was cool. And then I love whenever we get like a video camera filming like the news. I genuinely enjoy that because that happens so often on YouTube. You'll just find like somebody's shitty video of a TV instead of like,
Mm.
using a software to take that. I just think that's funny. So we get the news saying like, oh, there's a capsized oil tanker near Liberty Island. So everybody goes onto the roof to try to witness what's going on. And they see another explosion in the distance and then flee as like flaming debris is like actively coming towards them. Which, I mean, I think at this point I would be like, I'm leaving this party. I'm exiting. Gonna go. Whenever movies like this happen, they never are like, I wonder if my mom's okay. I wonder if my dad's okay. And that always, or like, how's my dog, That
Yeah.
seemed a little bit unrealistic. I'm trying not to harp too much on the movie, but so everybody's running away, and then we get the trailer moment. The severed head of the Statue of Liberty falls, skids onto the street. It's huge, and we can see several claw marks in it. So that's pretty ominous. And then in the chaos, HUD records an enormous creature several blocks away, collapsing the Woolworth building. And we just see kind of like a sliver of it. It's really enough to get you like, ooh, that's so scary. And when they get out, they find Marlena covered in dust. That's Lizzie Kaplan. And she's in shock from seeing the creature, quote, eating people. So then the group attempts to evacuate Manhattan. So we got Rob, Jason, Lily, Marlena, and HUD running away. And they try to go through the Brooklyn Bridge. And then Rob receives a message from Beth. And so he's talking to her on the phone. And, you know, in all the chaos, Jason gets caught up and is on the bridge. And then if you've seen Final Destination or like any movie
Yep.
with a bridge, you know what's coming. The tail then whoosh, like hits the Brooklyn Bridge, killing Jason. Which then we have Lily being like, "No, Jason, no!" And yeah, Rob goes. He immediately is like, "Well, he's dead. We can't save him."
Well, he has he's in shock.
That's true.
For a minute or two.
I just think it's interesting that at so many junctures it was like, you probably should not pursue getting Beth, who is probably dead. And then he's like, well, like, I just think the amount of information he has about Beth and the amount of information he has about Jason is about the same. And yet he's kind of like,
Right.
well, we can't do anything about Jason. He's gone. That is my brother, but he's dead. So that's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, he's got to be dead. I mean, he was just on the other side of where they were.
So is Beth.
And that's where the tail kind of like split the bridge.
She's got to be dead.
So he's probably dead because he fell like.
He totally is dead.
Off. Yeah, he's totally
dead. But I'm just saying, Beth, I think he is a different person than me. With all the information I got, I probably would have been like, you know what? I don't think there's nothing we can do about her. I think we got to just leave, guys. And nobody would blame him. They'd all be like,
and he had a one night stand with her. I mean, it's weird.
There's also a moment. There's a really weird moment where he's talking to his brother, like when all the Beth stuff happens, and he's like, dude, like Beth is like on a different level. She's on a different plane, and I'm sorry, but you're not good enough for her. I was like, damn, like, bye, bro, I guess. Like, why? That's probably why he didn't save him. He's like, I remember what you said 30 minutes ago. You can fall in that water.
I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't love at first sight. Okay, I am saying there is not love at first sight. I mean, it was a good lay.
Yeah,
but
you
just
maybe should have called
person.
her afterward. No, it said that they were like best friends forever, and then then they slept together. But
that is different.
Yeah, but then it's like, if you didn't call her, well, you fucked up.
Well, he didn't call her because he was leaving for Japan.
Yeah, which is crazy to do. That is like,
yeah, really crazy. Like, I don't understand. You had this like really solid connection. you know.
They're talking about Japan in the video.
Yeah, so he knows he's going to Japan.
And then he's just gonna like ghost her.
He sleeps with her and then he ghosts her.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
So if I was her, I'd be like, you know what? Don't save me. Boop.
Yeah, why does she call him? I mean,
where's
she doesn't
Travis?
have anybody else that she could call.
Travis disappeared, like into nothingness. Like, everybody's like, "Who's Travis?" Yeah. So then the news report shows the Army National Guard's 42nd Infantry Division attacking the monster, and then we see like little things fall off of its body. My favorite part.
Very scary.
The
very
fleas.
Scary. Yeah, these parasites are super scary. They're spindly, like daddy long legs, and they just like super fast, and they just like get you.
And the little sound, they're like, blah.
Blah, yeah. Ugh, so scary.
My favorite part. I want like a plushie of one of them. So Rob, Hud, Lily, and Marlena, which, okay, I'm sorry. The name Marlena is so stupid. I've never heard this name. I'm sorry to any Marlenas listening, but every time they go, Marlena, I'm like, shut up. So they venture to Midtown Manhattan to rescue Beth from her apartment. Then they find themselves in a battle between the creature and the military and hide in a nearby subway station. And they're like, okay, well, we should probably be underground. And now here's the sequence of my favorite. I think this is the best part in the whole movie. So they're walking through the subway tunnels toward Midtown. And this is Hud's best moment where he's like, God, guys, you know what I can't stop thinking about? Do you remember when there was that guy who was just like setting fire to homeless people? And they're all like, dude, come on. And he's like,
not the best time.
Right? And he's like, I'm just saying, like, it just would be so scary if like a homeless man on fire just came running towards us. It's like something this guy totally would say.
Yeah, and it could be totally improvised by T.J. Miller, because that's one of the reasons he was hired for this job.
Really?
Is that he was an improviser.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember that podcast we used to listen to with T.J. Miller?
No, what was it?
Oh, I can't remember. It was T.J. Miller and this other comedian, and his first name is Cash. And I don't remember his last name. And it was really funny. It used to like make me laugh so hard. And this was before, all the T.J. Miller stuff came out. But I mean, he's a funny guy. It's really a shame.
It is a shame.
He's a sex pest, It's just awful.
Yeah, he really did endear a lot of people to him and was, if this was off the dome, that is hilarious. So just like don't.
I'm not saying it was, but I mean, it seems, they were encouraged to improvise.
Yeah.
And so, but, yeah. And also it's really of the time. So 2008 or 2007, whenever this film was filmed, because the only light they have is the light from his camera.
That's a good point. There's no cell phones.
No, they have cell phones, but they're these teeny tiny, like Nokia phones. And yeah.
What a different time. Like there's a moment where Rob goes into like a electronics store and then just gets like a phone with minutes on it. And I was like, wow, what a concept. That doesn't happen now. So they're in the subway and there's no light. And so Hud, there's a moment where, Rob's like, oh, Hud, like turn on the night vision. And when he does, you just see in the upper right corner, like 3 of the parasites on the ceiling and their eyes like lighting up. And he's like, run, guys, just run, which would be so scary. So then they're having to fight off the parasites going like, wah, and I love that little noise. Wah. And at one point, one of them, gets on Hud, and it's kind of also got like a pelican mouth. Like it's like, wah, wah. And Marlena gets it, but then one gets Marlena. They save her and they leave. And so now they kind of have a moment where, they break open this vending machine full of water. Marlena's got these gashes, very similar to like what was in the Empire State Building face. Like her back is just so bloodied and gross. And there's also one of my favorite lines where in the subway, Hud brings up Superman, or she says something like, yeah, it's kind of like, he's like, what if this is from space? And she's like, what, you mean like Superman? And he goes, Superman? And she goes, oh my God, do you know Superman? Are you also aware of Garfield? That is how it feels if you are a if you are a pretty girl and you say anything that's not talking about shoes, men will be like, "Oh my God, are you the princess of my dreams?" It is so annoying. In high school, there were like a few dudes who just could not conceptualize that there could be a girl who liked anime or video games, and they would listen to nothing else. They would just be like, "Oh my God, you're like the one for me." Very annoying. Because it wouldn't be like they offered anything like, "Oh, here's what I like." It would just be more like, "You're not like the other girls. You have boobs, but you also like things I like. That's crazy." Um, I'm just thinking of one guy in particular who just annoyed the shit out of me. Oh,
What was his name?
I can't even remember. He got my phone number somehow, some way. That's creepy. Don't do that. And then he was very tall. His name was Jack. And he would be like, "Can I have a hug?" Which, no, but I didn't know how to
Uh,
say no. And then he would like hug me and then pick me up off the ground. And I'd always be like, stop this, stop that, don't do that. I don't like that. And then I just stopped talking to him. And then he got like a pissy attitude, which is like, I never asked for you to be in my life anyway. So, men,
Teenage men.
teenage men. Yeah, sorry, boys.
Boys.
Yeah, boys. Um, So the four escapes the tunnels and then they enter a Bloomingdale's where they are found by soldiers. And it makes you really think that it's like daytime outside now because the light is so bright. I guess they've just got the brightest lights
So
in
bright.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's also very dusty. But this is like a makeshift hospital and they're trying to get information. And it's so funny the idea of these are the least threatening military people ever, actually, because they're letting these people just like accost them. And I feel like in every other movie I've seen like this, they would just show their guns and be like, "Back the fuck off," you know? And they'd be like, "Oh, okay." But they're just like listening to this guy be like, "Listen, man, I know you're just doing your job, but like I have to get out there and see my one night stand." And they're like, okay. Yeah,
Understand.
it's like so real, dude. Um,
Nobody says she's the woman of my dreams or like something like that.
yeah.
And I let her down because I didn't go after her and I have to go see her. And the guy's like, heard.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
it doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
it's so stupid. It could be like this guy could be out to kill her personally. He could be like
Totally. That's what he kind of sounds
yeah,
like.
I'd be like, I know I don't have her with me, but she is the woman of my dreams. Yeah, so then Marlena goes, guys, I don't feel so good. And she's bleeding from her eyes. And then they go, "Bite, we got to bite." And they tear her away. Oh, it's the best scene because everybody's like, "Whoa,
Totally.
what's going on? Oh my God." And then she's taken to the back and you just see her silhouette. And then you just see something fumble and then blood splatter. Marlena's
She
gone. Yeah,
explodes.
they like put
Okay.
something in her.
My memory of this is that she wasn't part of the group. She was
Mm.
just some rando and she had gotten impregnated by one of the parasites and her pregnancy was accelerated. And so they took her in and then they shot her with their
Oh,
machine guns.
yeah, that's how.
And that was the explosion of blood.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really know. She could have been impregnated because it's not like we know what
Well,
happened.
all of a sudden like her gut
Just,
and her head just like blow up like balloons and then she explodes against the sheet that they have.
it's so good.
Ugh.
That part,
It's really
it
good.
was shocking. I remember really thinking at the time, like, oh, she was going to make it throughout the whole movie. So I,
Yeah.
I just remember that scene. It's the best scene. It's so good.
It's the best scene.
Unfortunately, it is kind of all downhill from here. And like a military guy who's so nice takes them away and they're like, "Guys, I know that was crazy, but like she's gone, you know." And he's the nicest military dude in any of these movies and he's like, "Listen, okay guys, it's really messed up down there, but you can go as long as." He's like, "Where's your watch?" "Okay, as long as it's this time, get back. But after that, we're basically blowing up." And they're like, "Lower Manhattan?" He's like, "All of Manhattan. We're
All of
just blowing it up."
Manhattan.
And that's how America, I think, would deal with something like this. I think they would,
Definitely carpet
yeah,
bomb.
they would just
Yeah.
be like, "Guys, if you're there, sorry, we'll do like, likes and prayers for you. We'll be like, never forget.
Yeah.
Um,
But otherwise, there are these
evacuation. Yeah.
helicopters.
So, and they could leave right now. And they were even like, wow, it's amazing that you guys made it. Get on the helicopter. But they're like, no, we need to go on a death mission. And they're like, understandable. Have a nice day.
Okay, great.
Hey, how about you just take an AK with you? You know?
I know.
So they're released. Yeah, so it's going to be the hammer down protocol, which this guy's just telling them
Nice.
like secrets, government secrets.
No,
Um,
unbelievable.
well, there's a girl out there and he really messed up and she needed him. And this guy was like, wow, that really hits home. So yeah, they're going to destroy Manhattan. So they travel to the Time Warner Center. And again, okay, so they got the military being like, don't go there. And then when they go, HUD's like, guys, tell me that's not Beth's apartment. And it's like half torn down. He's like, tell me she's on the ground floor. Oh no, she's on the 39th floor. I'd be like, Beth's dead. Sorry. I'd be like, Beth's dead and it's really sad, but she died. Even if I
Yeah.
got up there and saw what they saw, I'd be like, guys, she's dead.
And this plan is incredibly stupid. So Beth's apartment is the one that's like caved in.
Yeah.
And like basically leaning on this other apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go in the one that's still standing. They're going to go to like the 60th floor. Then they're going to travel across this. Come on.
He even like
it's ridiculous.
HUD says it like, oh, this dumb plan idea. And then he's like, wait, guys, no, it's a bad plan. It's because they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a great plan, HUD. Don't listen to this guy. He's so stupid. But they do that. And again, amazingly, he films the entire thing. Like there's a moment where they have to like travel across the buildings and they're like, HUD, put the camera down. And he's like, no, it's cool. And it doesn't make sense.
Somehow makes, yeah.
Yeah. So he gets there. Beth has been impaled on exposed rebar. And there's like a really, very saccharine, sweet scene where she's like, I didn't know. Is that really you? Did you really come to save me? And they're like, now we got to rip the rebar out. So now he finally puts down the camera because they don't want to show us that. They rip it out. And then, she's hobbling, like they basically have to carry her, again, across the apartments. There's no like,
no way.
Do you guys know if Travis is okay? She doesn't give a damn. Did you guys see Travis? Is he cool?
Fuck that dude that I've been seeing for a month. Like, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Did you guys see, is my dog okay? Nope. Okay, hold on. The kitties are begging to be let out. Get out of there.
There are no animals.
Yeah, there's no animals.
There are no animals in this film.
Yeah, which is a lot of people got pets,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want there to be, but it's true. So they rescue her. Then they travel to Grand Central Terminal, where then they encounter the creature again because it's still there. Lily is rushed to the first helicopter and they shut the door. They're like, no, just her. And they take her and she flies away. So then Rob, Beth, and HUD are taken away in a second helicopter. And then they witness the creature being attacked by Mark 82 bombs by a B-2 Spirit. The creature collapses. HUD zooms in and he gets really patriotic. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's what you get. And then of course it's like, and it comes up. It looks like it jump scares the camera a little bit.
Yeah,
which is like, what's the height of the helicopter? We don't know.
No. Don't worry about it.
What's the like vertical leap on this thing? Like it's very big. So they crash and they survive somehow.
Right.
That's because
the pilot doesn't survive.
No, he doesn't. Of course not. And you hear a lot about, if helicopter crashes happen, usually it's like a full on, like everybody's dead. Like, yeah. Unfortunately. So this is miraculous. They put the camera down, thankfully, to help an injured Rob, and then HUD goes back to get it, of course, because people got to see this. But then everybody's like, HUD, no, oh my God, no, HUD.
Okay, just how quiet
right? He was like,
is Cloverfield.
this thing is giant, and there's fleas falling
enormous.
off of it. Like, and they're like, oh, fuck, guys, we didn't even... I mean, I would get it if there was ringing, maybe, but it's like, it would have been better if the whole rest of the thing had been like Blair Witch style, like cameras on the ground, askew. We're just seeing like, even if it was this actually would have been genius, because this is what a lot is very controversial moment of the film is we just get a full image of the creature because Hud still has he's not shitting his pants. He's just got the camera up as the creature like looks down at him and like it's like little air sacs. Yeah. But
ooh, it is cool.
It is very cool, but I really think, let's say the camera had been knocked to the ground, you know, you see everybody in the corner trying to get their bearings, and then you just see the feet. Like, if they're like, oh my God, and the feet come in, that would have been really cool. But no, we get like I mean, I think it's neat, but I can see why some people didn't like that. Like the kind of, the veil is broken a little bit by getting such a full selfie cam view of the monster. And it just bites him up. Like, it just like, and gets, you know, we see a little flippy thing. Rob and Beth grab the camera. Now suddenly they're like, this is very important, guys. We need to get this, for formerly known as Central Park. And they take shelter under the gray shot arch. And this to me, I think I'm checked out now, is like there's air raid sirens and Rob turns, he like gets the camera on him and he's like, my name is Rob and this is, if you're seeing this, I'm probably dead now. And then he turns the camera on Beth, who's like, I don't know what to, like, she's the only normal person here because there's snot down her face. And she's like, I don't know what to say. Like, don't. And he's like, you got to say something. She's like, I'm Beth. And then the bombs go off. Like, you didn't spend your last moments with this girl you went through hell and high water to save, like kissing her, like hugging her, being like, I will be together in heaven, baby. You know, you're just like, what? You're like, hey, what? Got any last words? That's crazy. I'd be like, why'd you even save me, dude? Like, come on.
It's for the Department of Defense, Matt.
Yeah, how they retrieve it, we don't know. And then the film ends with Rob and Beth's trip to Coney Island, and then I did like this. I think this was like a kind of cute thing of like, he gets the camera on her and he's like, what are your thoughts? And she's like, I had a good day today. I thought that was pretty sweet.
That was nice.
Yeah. And then a barely discernible object falls from the sky into the ocean before the camera cuts off.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see that either. I feel like that's like fake news. Like, that didn't actually happen. Though I've heard,
I don't know.
because I used to always remember thinking like, oh, that's just the baby Cloverfield, the big mama Cloverfield. That was the like theory, was that wasn't even like full size Cloverfield.
No, I think the writer did say that, but that would have been on the special features. Like, if you just saw this in the movie theater, you know, there'd be no way of knowing that.
Yeah, you'd just be like, oh, that was crazy. And then after I didn't even know this.
I didn't know this either.
Wait, what? So a voice can be heard saying, help us, but then played in reverse, it says, it's still alive?
Which I really hate that. If that's true, I really hate that, like, there's this like weird Easter egg that's in there, but you can only
buy the
know
movie
about it if you play it backwards.
I'm never doing that. Like, never put that in a movie, because I will literally never do it. I do hate that, because I've seen that in video games too, of like, oh, this sound, you know, if you play it backwards, well, if being a big word here.
I didn't stick around after the credits.
Me neither. I just kind of was like, oh, I'm done.
I think I liked it better than you.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought this is a pretty good found footage movie. There's a lot of, like, apparently it made people sick. And I felt so proud of myself that I didn't look away, because that found footage camera, like, especially when people are running, it makes me like, just like nauseous and stuff. But I'm really proud I didn't look away at all. But they're like canted angles, like a lot of canted angles when they're going through different places. And I'm like, you know, it's a pretty good, I mean, most found footage movies are really unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this one is no exception. But
I feel like
yeah,
now they're getting around it by like, oh yeah, dash cam. Like that makes sense. It's always on, you
sure.
know? Or like
Yeah.
like on
Yeah.
top of your head. Like, okay,
GoPro.
yeah. That
Mm-hmm.
makes a lot
Yeah.
more sense than like even phone is kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah, like Gonjiam Haunted Asylum makes a lot of sense because they have the GoPros
Hmm.
on their
And I
heads.
love the like selfie cam that they also have. That's very good.
Yes. Nice. Very smart.
Well, here's some trivia. The running time of the film without credits is about 80 minutes, the length of a long-running mini DV tape, a common format used in consumer camcorders. Oh, that is interesting.
That's clever.
The decapitated head of the Statue of Liberty in the street is inspired by the poster for John Carpenter's Escape from New York from 1981, which depicts the head of the Statue of Liberty lying in the middle of the street. I mean, that's pretty great. That's pretty,
Yeah.
like, you can't get much better of, like, something has gone wrong in New York City. I don't know if there's an equivalent of that in North Carolina. Like, if the Raleigh acorn was, like, on the ground, you'd probably just be like, there was a bad storm.
Maybe, yeah, maybe like a lighthouse on
Mm.
the coast or something like that.
Yeah. The decapitated. Oh, sorry, I already said that. The title was initially a code name for the movie. It's named after Cloverfield Boulevard in Santa Monica, California, where the Bad Robot production offices were located while making the film. I feel like that's a pretty good name. It's pretty like, oh, Cloverfield, okay, you know. So they did. I think
Yeah.
this is good idea keeping it. The words "Oh my God" or some variation like "Oh God" are spoken 85 times throughout the film. So if you don't like the Lord's name being taken in vain, do not watch this movie.
This is not the film for you.
Were you? I was told a few times. Like I remember, I had one friend, my friend Kitty, growing up, who I knew her parents were like super religious, but when I said "Oh my God" once, they were like, "Hey, we just if you could just not take the Lord's name in vain in this household, that we would really appreciate that." Um, which I mean, I went, "Oh gosh," you know, but
Mm-hmm.
that it's kind of intense.
Yeah, it's really important to some people, and then other people, it's not at
Yeah,
all.
it's like don't even think about it, you know.
Yeah.
There's static. Oh yeah, this is the "It's Still Alive" play
Right.
backwards. Well, oh wait, are there letterboxed?
Oh no! I knew it! I knew I forgot something. I knew it. I was just like so proud of myself. I'm like Friday, I'm watching these films and I'm putting the script together and I'm just like, I'm on top of
Done
it,
it.
baby.
Well, that okay.
Nothing to worry about.
Here's one from Movie Lover 69 gave it a half star and they said ass.
Ass.
We got it. It's the ass one.
Movie Lover 69. And it's LOVR.
Yeah, liver.
Liver.
Well, we could still rate it. Let's rate it in Statue of Liberty heads.
Mm.
3?
I was about to say 3
Three is pretty
myself.
good, you know? Like there's some issues.
It's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
It will not hurt you to watch this film.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like it's fine.
It's fine.
Please don't ask for
I
anything
mean,
more.
a lot of things don't make sense. There's the whole Travis fiasco.
Travis Gate.
Jason gets a mere mention, I guess, when Rob calls his mom. Jason's dead, Mom.
And then like
But that's about
Lily,
it.
she just spirited
Lily,
away.
who the fuck is Lily?
We don't care about her, I guess.
She doesn't really have a character.
Yeah, Marlena, there's a moment where HUD's like, man, Marlena, this sucks because you weren't even supposed to be here tonight, huh? It's like,
I know.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, HUD.
What's wrong with you? What have we learned? Don't go to parties. Stay home. Don't live in New York.
But the rebar will get you.
That's true.
Nowhere is safe.
Just take the helicopter and get the fuck out of there. Like, if the military can't save her, I'm sorry, you can't either. maybe dying together in formerly known as Central Park was the best way he wanted to go, but I don't know. I think if it was me,
Everybody dies, you know. That's one thing we can learn from this film is everybody dies.
and that's so true.
It is just so true.
So it's a fact of life, you know?
Everybody dies. How do you want to die?
Sometimes you get to choose.
Sometimes you do. Most of the time you don't.
No. Would we watch it again? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Would. In a while. A few years. Not today.
17 years?
Yeah, I'll wait another 17 years. Let's see. Do you have a favorite scene / kill?
Well, the one that I weirdly remembered wrong, I think, like we said, is the best one.
Yeah.
Where Marlena explodes.
That one is the best.
And I mean, it's like really suspenseful for like half a second because they put her in a wheelchair and they roll her in there and everyone's like yelling and screaming and like, what are you doing? Where are you taking her?
Yeah.
But the thing I did remember is the military knew what was up. They were like, when people are bitten, we have to like get them away from other people.
And that's a good point because it's been like hours and yet they're already like, no joke. Get her back there.
Yeah.
Who wins the You Fool Award? Rob? Yeah, Rob. 100% Rob. He sent them all on a death mission, got them all killed, including Beth. So
I mean, who knows, you know, if any of them, I mean, if they would have gotten on the helicopter, they might have survived. But I mean, if Godzilla is just like, not Godzilla, sorry, Cloverfield is just like, you know,
I hope Lily lived.
Toys. I hope she did too.
I think she did.
This was a fun conversation, Matt.
It was fun. Big old monsters are fun.
They are fun. So thank you, Mac, for having this conversation with me about Godzilla and Cloverfield.
It was a pleasure.
And thank you, WOHOs, for joining us and for all your support. It means the world of horror to us truly. We appreciate you downloading the show and telling all your friends all about us. Next time, we will be looking at musical horror films with Little Shop of Horrors and The Lure. Remember, WOHOs, we love you, and don't go into the basement.
Yay! I'm so excited for Little Shop of Horrors. It's going to be so fun.